Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome once again to another Sober Talk live or Thursday night. I can't wait to see who all comes in. I got a pretty good idea of all the people that'll be in tonight. We got a lot to talk about. And of course, we're going to share some more stories of sobriety and that sort of stuff. We're going to just talk about the sober life and some of the things that I've come across in the last couple weeks. That uh, stuff that just probably that might surprise some of you, might not. I mean, depends on how you look at it. And tell you all about some crazy updated stuff. So here we are, another day of fun and adventure. Okay, I already see someone bouncing into the live. I need to start kind of getting things set up on my end. So no problems, no harm, no foul. I'm still kind of waking up a little bit. I lied down probably around shoot, shoot. I laid down probably around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I did not wake up till like about an hour before stream. So I am like exhausted, still exhausted. Tomorrow is my last day at work. I'll have a grand total of, believe it or not, I'll have a grand total of 19 days in a row from work tomorrow before, and then Saturday I am off. I'm finally off. I've got the new guy trained. I have taught him as much as I could teach him, and other than a couple other little things, I think he's going to do just fine. Let's see. And currently, right now, my old computer bit the dust. What's going on? Think different. Good to see you. Um, Around noon tomorrow, give or take a couple of minutes either way, I will be popping in over there at, well, it'll be pretty close to noon. Right after I get out of work, I got to stop off at AutoZone over in Farmington, pick up a couple oil filters for Project Spirit. While we're waiting to see who all shows up in the live, the new shifter's in. What's going on, Mike G? The new shifter for Project Spirit is in. Well, it's not exactly new. It's out of a 65 Mustang. But there's the new shifter. It's going to look good going in. Everything still works with it. So I cannot wait to see what it does. Of course, we got the transmission over there. The next thing, I got to get the linkage. Got to get the new seals. We're going to change seals on it. I've got to see about, what's going on, Ian? Check it out, man. Just showing this off, the brand new floor shifter for Project Spirit. It's here. This is out of a 1965 Ford Mustang. And this is the new shifter going into Project Spirit. It's going to be neat. Everything still works on it. The button right there works great. And pretty much the ones that were in the Mavericks were almost identical. These were special order only for Mavericks. It was only a special order. Yeah, I'm all excited. I cannot wait. And I started talking about it. We had a mishap yesterday after the stream. I accidentally popped my computer a good one with the mouse and shattered the computer screen for the one that does all my editing. So I had to I had to make load brand new software for the new computer that sits kind of where the phone kind of for the streams. So like right in behind. Hey, I understand, Mike G. You're here now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters is you're here now. Yep. So tomorrow is going to be the first official public appearance for the Prince Magnum channel. I got to stop off at AutoZone and pick up some parts for Project Lena. general routine maintenance stuff. So there's that. So I know you guys over there in the UK won't necessarily be able to come and see the cars up close and personal. But tomorrow, I got to pick up some stuff for Project Lena because sometime during this weekend, I want to try to get her oil changed. I can go buy all that stuff just so I can sit here and look at it. Got to take care of them cars. Take care of take care of your project cars, and they'll take good care of you. Wow. So right now I'm actually moving the library of music from flash drive. There you go. That's awesome. Project Spirit is in the lead in the carpool. Project Spirit is in the lead. 50% Project Spirit, 38% Project Lena, and 12% or something like that. Yeah, 12% are on the fence. So that is the poll as it sits right now. Project Spirit pretty well has it. But there for a little while, it was Project Lena in the lead. So what's going on, Queen Bee? Wow, looks like it's going to be a good sized stream today, just the way I like it. I like a good sized stream. So that's kind of as it's going on. Yesterday's stream was really nice. Being able to share all that old information on the channel and talk about the places we had been. I think a lot of you were really surprised that we had done so much even before we reached that 1,000 marker. We've been all over the place, and a lot of you got to actually hear how important Project Spirit has been to her community. It's so good to see y'all. I'll be honest with you though, I am really exhausted. I'm going to be pushing through the weekend as much as I can, but resting as much as I can. I think a lot of it is I've been at work so much the last almost 3 weeks. I am just mental exhaustion where I just have to get away. I have to get away for a little while. So I'm just exhausted mentally and physically, mostly just mentally. They were looking at me today like, dude, how many days is it? I said 18. And they're like, oh my God. I said, yeah, just pour me in the front seat of Spirit. I just want to go home. And they're like, just get through today, man. You just got tomorrow. And everyone's like, they need to not do this to you ever again. But on the upside, the boss raiders for a very large pay raise. So this paid off. And along with that, it solidified who I say I am. Uh-oh, they're trying to figure out their headphones for Discord. I'll be honest with you, I've not used headphones for Discord. For Discord, I've used the Discord stuff just kind of like a regular telephone. So Ian, we got to talk sometime. I just want to talk with you sometimes, just chill out, talk to you. Because there's some stuff that I'd love to talk to you about that I just don't, I haven't talked about on the channel yet. Just stuff like that. That's awesome. Okay. Figured tonight I'd tell some old video chat. Use video chat here. Yep, so my old computer bit the dust finally. I've had this computer like 10 years and it just, it bit the dust. It's a sad day. Sad day. So right in behind us is the new computer that Princess Faye has kind of given to me. Why did that just come on? That is not supposed to come on. Why? Even how? Yep. So that is what is going on there. Yeah, it's been a good old computer. It's been a good old computer. It's yeah. It's edited a lot of videos for the channel. A lot of videos. All the air. I actually got to move all the aircraft remover over. Um, yeah, we need an old. Yeah, yeah. We pretty well need a ceremony for that. I mean, it stood the test of time. Matter of fact, when Princess Faye and I used to play World of Warcraft together, we played it on. You know, we used to play it on this old computer. Well, on this computer here. Yeah, I've got Discord. I was gonna say, anytime you want to chit chat, Mike G, I know how to do all that. You know, if you ever want to have that, have that phone conversation. You know. Okay. So it is so good to see you all tonight. Um, Figure I'd just tell some old stories from back in the day getting sober. And I got asked to do yesterday one of my old, tell an old drunk story. Tell an old drunk story. And I figured, well, all right, I'll tell an old drunk story. Um, because that's just the nature of the beast. How do you earn your seat in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous? You had to drink your way there. And in my case, yeah, I drank my way there. Um, Let me see. Trying to think of a really good one. Okay. I had to have my coffee to kind of get me thinking. Wow. I have so much music jammed into one file. It's got to move 1,090 files from my old computer so I can transfer it over to the new. But anyhow, it's got the library. It's got the Prince Magnum channel library for editing videos. All right, let's go back in time to when I first got sober, and we're talking like all the way back. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, honey. Yeah, actually, this is one of the old drunk stories. Um, Living down in the Ironton area, just normal call. I figured you wanted to do like a video chat or anything like that. Right now, I'm looking too fugly because I'm just so dang tired. I just wanted to chat with you. Having just a good old sit down. Tell some old stories. Some of the crazy stuff that we've done. Um, I used to going back in time. Um, I remember going into this gas station. I might have told this story. I remember going into this gas station that always used because I looked tired. Um, you know, because I look tired right now. You're not at my best. That and I'm scruffy looking, and you know how I feel about me getting scruffy. I look like a beatnik. Anyhow, um, actually, no, that's I told that story. Ah, fair enough, honey. Fair enough. I don't look my best right now. Um, Trying to think of a really, really good story. My first, no, I don't want to tell that story. That's horrible. um, okay, right after right after that one ex left, I remember going over, and you guys heard how I was drinking, and then when I got over to a friend's house, he's like, "Have you already been drinking?" "Yeah, I've been drinking the whole way here." And he's like, "Dude, we were sitting down playing games and playing video games, playing the PlayStation 2. This tells you how long ago it was. This is before the PlayStation 3. So we were playing different games together, and um, he also had like he had like an Xbox 360, no, the original Xbox, and we used to play wrestling games on that. And he's like, "Dude, you are so exhausted right." Well, he's like, "You're so drunk right now, you can't even do the wrestling games." And we used to play WWE wrestling games on there. And there was a way that you could actually take like CDs and copy the CDs to the Xbox, and then you could turn that into your introduction music. And we had this one introduction. For me, that basically it was like the lightning coming from the ring post, and then at the same time the pyro would go off from the ring post, so literally the screen would go completely white. And it was doing that to Gene Simmons. He did a solo album around that time, song Firestarter from Prodigy. Damn good song. What's going on, Mystical? Good to see you. It's good to see you, Mike G. It's so good to see you guys. But and we always thought that was such a cool intro that we came up with. Well, I don't remember. You dealing with some stuff? It's all right. I'm right there with you. I'm exhausted they've been working me half to death over at my job. Oh, that's okay. It doesn't matter when you're not here. All that matters is when you are here. And we're always glad when you're here. Okay. You're one of us. We know when you're not here, you're dealing with life. You're off doing what it is you're supposed to be doing at that time. When you are here, you're here to celebrate life with us. Oh man, I hate to hear that. Yeah, I hate to hear that. Well, I was actually talking about, when after my ex, the mother of my first two children left, how I could not play this video game. We always used to love the intro that I came up with because, to fit my personality, and the song that we play, I don't, and we always, I was so drunk we couldn't enjoy that. And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I've never seen you like this." It was out in the open, that I was drinking. And I was like that for 2 days straight. I used to love wrestling when I was younger. Around the late 90s, I started losing my interest in it. I mean, and we're talking back in the 90s, I was pro WWE, or as it used to be, the WWF. I used to be pro WWF, but I did like some WCW. As a matter of fact, no one talks about this. The Halloween Havoc that Jake Roberts and Sting wrestled in the spin the wheel, make the deal, and it ended up being a coal miner's glove match. Nobody talks about that match. That was an amazing match. Everyone gets hung up on the whole, W. Yeah, I was wondering when that was going to happen. And he'd been in a long time. I remember actually watching his debut back in what was 91. I'm telling you, Jake. So I'm actually old enough. Yeah, 30 years. 30 years have been doing it. I'm actually old enough when you talk about wrestling and everything. I'm actually old enough to remember. Trying to think of a really good example. I remember watching the Rock and Wrestling cartoon. That was all the WWF characters. At that time, the biggest ones in the WWF back in the 1980s. I remember the Rock and Wrestling too, but I'm actually that old. And even though there was a Hulk Hogan a cartoon character, which Hulk Hogan was always a cartoon character. I'm sorry to say, I do like the old '80s Hulk Hogan. I remember when The Rock came into the WWE as Rocky Maivia. I'm actually old enough to remember all that stuff. Of course, Junkyard Dog was a favorite of mine. Coco Beware, the Hart Foundation, love the original Hart Foundation. The Rockers, Demolition. My God, overrated is what it was. Women's wrestling was horrible during the Attitude Era. Of course, it wasn't that great before that, but I'll tell you, uh, the guy Supreme Anime, he's actually a huge wrestling fan, and I keep teasing him, saying, "Shoot, I knew who WCW should have brought in to face you buffering over there." Really? Of course, I'm getting off topic, but I mean, I used to be. I remember when I first started discovering I had a bit of a drinking problem. I was 18 years old, and I was a huge wrestling fan still then. And this was back in 1998. So that was around the time I really started losing interest in a lot of things when I was 18 and 19 years old. So, that was a time that I started losing interest in a lot of stuff. Um, oh, wow. Let me take a look at something here. Yeah, got it all. Hot diggity dang. So we're in business. Um, but a lot of the problem, oh, nothing's wrong, honey. I just was pulling down the old files and everything. The main thing that I had to move, uh, buffering for you too. Dang, happens. But any hoopty do. This has all of my music files for the Prince Magnum channel. So we are now in business. We've got all the files now. Buffering you for you guys too. Buffering for you too, honey. Hang on a second. Hopefully this doesn't crash the stream. Is it okay? Well, we've got some storms kind of moving through the area. And the problem is as it's moving through the area, it's messing with the cell towers, and I was using my direct cellular data. Um, so every now and again, I have to swap back and forth. Uh, I have to do that technical stuff where I have to swap back and forth. Um, when I was a kid, I wanted to get into wrestling. What's going on, Chairman? But um, hot rodding though always became actually alcoholism actually took away my enjoyment of working on cars for a long time. It really did. It took away. Um, yeah, you were talking about that. And I know like 27 degrees Celsius is like seriously hot for you guys over there. It'd be in like the upper 80s for us. Um, and over here in Missouri, I'm sorry, honey. What's going on, Hades? Good to see you, buddy. Was actually talking about how I used to get drunk and would try to watch wrestling for back when I was 18. That one whole week I stayed drunk. Man, I couldn't enjoy that. And then trying to play a wrestling video game, when the gloves came off and I was staying drunk. That's what's up. It's good to see you, Hades. I've tried to watch wrestling since I've been sober, and I know a lot of you are wrestling fans, and I just can't find the interest in it. But for me, it seems like whenever I drink, I lose interest in things that I really enjoy. For example, one of the things that I enjoy is you all know I love working on cars. I love working on cars, fixing them up and doing cool stuff to them and everything. And that being said, alcoholism has a nasty habit of taking away those things that I enjoy. Um, Again, for those who didn't get to see it, Project Spirit's brand new automatic shifter came in today. I figure I might show that off in the stream. This is out of a 1965 Mustang. We gotta take this plate off the top and replace this plastic piece right here. Other than that, it's ready to go. All I gotta do is buy the linkage. We've got to get a brand new, we might have to get a cross member. And the only other thing we have to do after the cross member is we've got to get a transmission cooler and all the little hoses and cables and everything that hook into the transmission. But we're pretty well just about there. I would say, other than the little bitty parts, we're probably like, oh, and I need the separator plate. Ford had this thing with separator plates on their transmissions. Project Spirit's getting all the new upgrades. One of the next things that's got to happen is that transmission has got to go over to a shop, and they're going to go through it, make sure there's nothing wrong with the inside. We're going to have a brand new fluid filter put in, have all the lines checked. And see, this is what sobriety has given back to me, okay? Sobriety has given back to me my passions, the things that I enjoy. In sobriety, I got married. I'd never been married, okay? Been engaged. As a matter of fact, I was engaged to this one gal. She cheated on me. That part didn't bother me. It was who she did the cheating with. Her own brother. Not a joke, okay? That's disgusting, And see, I don't have to deal with that sort of stuff in sobriety. I've got different stuff I deal with in sobriety, but I don't have to deal with stuff like that. Like straight up Jerry Springer shit, I don't have to deal with that. I get to deal with different problems, stuff that people normally deal with and they take for granted is every day, it's like, I'm glad I'm glad I deal with that. Yeah, her own brother, her brother that was a year younger than her, not a step brother, not a half brother, her straight up brother. Well, I know you don't have a brother, like that, but yeah. So if that's any indication what it was like, back in my drinking, in my drinking days, I don't miss shit like that, okay? And for the record, when I found out, her and I had already broke up. Yeah. I have gone back and watched some of my old favorite matches in wrestling. Um, my personal, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you've never seen it, the all-time greatest WWF Intercontinental Champion match. I know a lot of people say Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man, and I agree, that is a damn good one. But Mike G, if you want the greatest intercontinental match ever, go back and watch Bret the Hitman Hart versus Roddy Rod Piper. because Roddy Rod Piper was the Intercontinental Champion at that time, and it is the best match ever. If you've never seen, I'm telling you right now, go back and watch Bret the Hitman Hart versus Roddy Rod Piper for the Intercontinental title, and I promise you, it will be the greatest match you ever see. They told an amazing story in the ring, and so if you ever wanted something like that, just to blow your mind, that was it right there. And I have since went back and watched that match, and years later, when you compare it to what wrestling is now, and then you look at what it was back then, it is the greatest, quite possibly one of the greatest matches of all time. I would definitely recommend it for any wrestling fan. And of course, you got to remember, I grew up during the 80s when the biggest star was Hulk Hogan. And again, drinking took a lot of that away from me. It took a lot away from me. A lot of the things I enjoyed. There you go, honey. You go enjoy time with your sis. Okay, honey. Yeah, I've been hearing stuff like that. Kind of also a heads up, my one off. That's right. Yeah, Roddy Rod Piper. That is a good match. That is a really good match. But which one? Because there was two of those. There was two of those. Okay. Um, the first one, Shawn Michaels won. The second one was Razor Ramon. Scott Hall won the second one. A lot of people forget that. It's a good match. Good match. Myself personally, but I'll tell you, actually, if you see the way the match plays out with Bret Hart, yeah. What's wrong, Queen? Tell us. Real quick, kind of a heads up. Things are starting to get kind of ugly around here when it comes to the Ronies. We have 47 active cases here in St. Francis County, and they're guesstimating. Yeah. They're guesstimating as of tomorrow, we will be in the hundreds. So that is so my one public appearance for the year tomorrow. Because I've kind of Princess Bay and I have kind of self quarantined. To do our best to not help with the spread. There's I knew this was coming, that we've had a total of it's something like 90 something cases, but we have 47 active cases, and because of all the protests and everything, the numbers are now jumping, and they're suspecting that we will be in the hundreds tomorrow. Along with that, Princess Faye and I have also been taking. Yeah, yeah, it's like people did not listen with this. It's like I won't get into the politics of everything, but I will say that I'm not impressed, folks out there. If you wanted to actually do something, I did not know that one. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. See, when getting sober, getting sober was an eye opener. That I was in pretty good shape back in my 20s. All muscly and stuff and everything. As a matter of fact, yeah, I did not know that one. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to go get me some seltzer water. I'm not a big fan of seltzer water, but I'll live. Okay, if it helps. Oh, real quick, another little something that came in. We're just waiting on the filters, but our new mask. Check that out. Brand new mask, and it has a filter that goes in behind here, charcoal activated, all that good stuff. Um, got it ridiculously reasonable as far as price goes. But yeah, we're getting serious over here. We ain't playing. So we got, I got stuff coming in, and we are still freaking waiting for the dang, again, I'm going to say it. Sobriety has given me back my passions. In sobriety, I got married. I have 3 children that have never seen me drunk. I have 2 that did. Remember, I have 5 children. No, we ain't. What are you talking about? They had the wrong guy in that movie, Die Hard. Bruce Willis, yeah, you cool and all. A good idea, yeah, that's... Oh my gosh. You could actually even compare my sense of humor from back then to now. I think, what was it, last week? Last week or the week before, I told some of those old jokes. That's good. I'm glad. Quinine infused seltzer water. I'm going to have to look at that. Thank you, Queen. You know, so again, in sobriety, I mean, I've gotten my passions back. And one of the things they tell you when you first get sober, don't be afraid to go seek out, a doctor. As a matter of fact, that's actually in our book. You're not feeling well, Mystical? I'm sorry. You better get to feeling better. And I need to sneak. I don't know if you know, Mystical. I have snuck over into your stream a couple of times. I've been busy, but I'll sneak into your stream. And if you've ever wondered where a random like just all of a sudden pops up in your stream, just a random like will pop up. And I've done this for a lot of you. I've done it for Mike G. He's probably started to figure this out. I'll sneak into you guys' stream and I'll be there for a little while, but I'm working on something, so I really can't chit chat. But I'll come in and I'll drop a like and I'll just sit there and just watch what you're doing, and I'm there. I'm there supporting you kind of off in my own little corner while I'm working, so you guys, so I'm still there. But Mystical, I've been watching you, yeah. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you don't need the credit. No, I understand. Yeah, so Mystical, if you've ever wondered where those random likes have been popping up, Ian, yes, I have. For while you were doing your SpongeBob stream today, I was in your stream for probably, before I even let you know I was there, I was in your stream for probably close to a half an hour. You didn't even know I was there for about a half an hour. I was there though. I've done that to Gavin. I've done that to probably all of you. Okay, Mystical, you get you take care of you. Okay, take care of you. You're important to us. Okay, and for those that don't know, yeah, you didn't know I was there. All that mattered was that I was there supporting you. I don't need all the, I don't need all the big accolades. That being all that you need to know is your good buddy Prince Magnum's off in a corner rooting you on. Yeah, I stalk your channel. There's something so wrong with but that's just one of those things, Sometimes I was setting up the monitor so I can, yeah, all quiet and stuff, just there supporting you guys, showing that, just being there for you guys. That's all that matters to me, is just being there for you guys. I don't have to have the big accolades or anything, all that matters is that I'm there for you guys. Yeah, yeah, just like that. Every once in a while, I'll sneak in there and I'll be there. Sometimes I'll be in someone's live for probably about half an hour to an hour, just sitting there, just chilling out. And then all of a sudden I'll announce that I'm there. And they're like, hey, man, what's going on? So I've been in the background lurking. I've been lurky turkey the whole time. Dropped you a ninja like. You didn't even know I was here. I've done that for a lot of people. Or people will be cross streaming and I'll go into the first person's live, see how many people they've got, go over to somebody else, go over to the other person. I've done this to a lot of you. Go over to the other person, see how many people they've got there, and then depending on who's got the most, I'll go to the one that has the least and to support them. But you ended up getting likes from me, and I'm basically in both of your streams, and I'll bounce back and forth between the two. Or sometimes I'll even do that and won't even tell you what's going on. Won't even tell you what's going on. I'm just doing it. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be there for you guys. And you just don't know that I'm doing this. But it's my way of showing support. Um, I'll be there in you guys' streams showing support and telling you guys, that and just rooting you on in the background. And I'm off over here working at the same time, working on whatever it is that you guys want me to work on next. Matter of fact, I've done that a few times for you, Ian, or I've done that with your videos, dropped a like, not left a comment, but I was there and I left a like, and I'll be off over here working on, well, that was what I did whenever I was working on videos, working on the video for Lena, which we had to get pulled off of my computer since it's dead. Had to do all that, and it's being transferred over to the new computer. But I had to do that. I had to save that video, or otherwise, well, there's a lot of video footage I had to save. So if you ever wondered, you can't wait to see the bike project. We'll be back on that this next week. We'll be back on that project. But yeah, a lot of times I'll be in the background just for you guys, just supporting you guys. And this past week, I've actually, sometimes I'll turn one of you guys' streams on and I'll lie down and just have the stream playing while I fall asleep just because I'm tired. I'm just so tired. I really can't interact. I've got to get my sleep. I've got to get some rest. So there's been a lot of times that I'll be in you guys' streams just there, helping you get you guys' watch time. What's going on, Broken Mike? But that's just something that, most of y'all did not know, that I've been in the background rooting you on, whether you knew it or not. And I don't have to, I love you guys all so much, but I've been, I don't have to have, the red carpet rolled out for me all the time. It is wonderful when you all do it, but I don't have to. I'm just glad that I'm there, that we're all friends, and that you guys are part of the family. And Broken Mike, I'll go ahead and tell you, I've been telling everybody that secretly for the last few weeks, sometimes I'll be in you guys' live streams, basically rooting you on in the background. You don't know I'm there. So if all of a sudden you get a random like and you don't know where it came from because nobody's saying anything in the chat, that's where it came from. I was in the background, kind of lurky turkey, showing support for you. And you didn't know I was there because I'm off working on a project or trying to get some rest because I'm exhausted these days. So that should give you an idea, sobriety has taught me that I could still be there for you guys. I guess you could say I'm also practicing a kind of a lesson in humility. A lot of times I get it in my head that I'm so important that the whole world needs to pay attention to me. This is something that I've been working on for years, that for some reason I think in my head that I am so doggone important. I'm really not as important as I think I am. But this is, I try to do things that sometimes put me in positions of importance. But I've been trying to learn even when I do that, I don't have to take credit, so, if you will, I'm trying to teach myself humility. With sobriety, those of us who have the biggest egos about ourselves, a lot of times are oftentimes the ones that hate ourselves the most. And when we get sober, our egos sometimes get in the way. And that has been a struggle of mine for 14 years of sobriety. Well, I appreciate that, Mike G. I'm not saying I'm not important to people. Let me see if I can try to explain this without making myself sound like a babbling retard. Um, I know that I am important to every last one of you. I know that I hold a special place with all of you. Okay? There's no question about that. But in my mind, I try to make it bigger than what it actually is. I'm important to you guys because, hey, what's going on? Daniel, welcome to the live stream. I build it up larger than what it actually is. And this is my alcoholic mind. Okay. Hi, honey, baby, sweetie. No, I didn't do anything wrong. Well, you're my everything too, baby. You know, so in my head, I build myself up as something larger than what I am. This is not a good thing because then when reality smacks me in the face, I'm all butthurt and everything. And then when I'm all butthurt, I'm doing all right. You know, I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up today and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that happens is still truly a miracle, you know? Um, so when you think about it in that respect, to give you an idea, one going all the way back to my early days of sobriety, sober man gave me an assignment. He said, Prince Magnum, I want you to do something nice for somebody today. And he said, and I want you to do this every day. And I don't want you to tell a single person about it. Do something nice for somebody today, but don't tell a single person about it. I said, really? Okay. And he said, this is going to be to deflate that ego of yours. Okay. He said, now, if it's super, super important and it was kind of, you know, you just need to talk about it with me. He said, but I want you to do something nice for somebody today and don't tell a single soul about it. Okay. I still do that today. So over 14 years later, I'm still doing that assignment. He never told me to stop. So I try to do something nice for somebody once a day and I don't tell anybody about it. Okay. Nobody will know. Now I'm kind of killing that, but sometimes being in you guys' live stream is, if you will, part of that assignment. Being in your live stream, not telling you I'm there, but dropping that like and showing my support for you guys is actually part of that assignment. Okay. What's going on, Blucky? Good to see you. So that is actually part of that assignment that Sober Man gave me, kind of deflating that ego of mine. For the record, my ego used to be as big as the entire, you know, the Empire State Building in New York. That was how big my ego is. And now we're down to probably about half that size, if you will. Okay. There you go. Thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate that. You know, so that is actually something that I've been working on, is kind of still dealing with those ego issues. And as the channel has gotten as big as it has, believe it or not, that has actually been something that I've continued to try to work on, is my ego, because of the fact that, you know, as the channel keeps getting bigger, I don't want to get, you know, so big up here that I'm of no earthly use to you guys. Okay. I don't want to start getting into that whole larger than life and that sort of thing. So that is actually something that I've been working on. That is something that I have been working on. So when I say that I try not to make my, you know, so when I say, you know, I'm not so important, it's not that I'm not saying that I'm not important to you guys. I know that I am, you know, and that is a gift of sobriety. And I don't want to sell that short. Believe me, that is a gift of sobriety that you all have given me, that I'm important to you guys' lives. But at the same time, I'm also still working on me. Okay. I am still a work in progress. I am not perfect. I don't walk on water. I still make life mistakes just like everybody else. I still fall flat on my face. I am still a human being. I'm still a human being first and a sober alcoholic second. And with that being said, I still have to work on me. So a lot of times, um, sometimes you guys are part of that help. So so legit, when I say you guys help me stay sober, now you know. You guys probably help me more than you know. When some of you all bring your problems to me and start talking about what's hurting, you guys are actually helping me stay sober because that means that I'm important enough to talk about your problems. There you go. Am I doing a cooking live tomorrow? Yes. I'm also doing a public appearance in my hometowns in St. Francis County. I'm actually making a public appearance tomorrow. I've announced it. I don't think you're over in my neck of the woods, or otherwise I'd say come over and see Project Spirit and Project Lena. Um, that sort of thing. But you guys actually helped me stay sober. Um, Now you guys know that. You're helping me with my part of living in sobriety. That's what's up. You guys are awesome. You guys are truly awesome. You know, and when people come to me with their problems and tell me what's hurting, and even if I don't have the answers, but listening to your problems, it means I'm of use today. It means I'm important enough in your life. It means that my sobriety has brought me to the point where I'm of help to people. Thank you, Broken Mike. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But really, I mean, if you will, if you will, with my sobriety, with my sobriety, you guys have put me in a position of importance. Are you going to be out of town tomorrow? Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. I hate to hear that, you know. But, you know, if I'll be around. I'll be around. It's not like you don't know where I work. For those that don't know, Think Different actually lives in the town that I work in. He lives in the town I work in. And he actually can drive by anytime he wants and see Project Spirit or whenever I take her, Project Lena. Oh, that's okay, Broken Mike. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. That's all that matters. You know, you guys are the ones that help me stay sober. You guys are the ones that help me get through this crazy mess we call life. You guys do that, and I don't think you all realize how important that is. Um, Believe me when I say you guys are the true heroes here in Prince Magnum's life. You know, you guys are the true heroes. Um, I can't thank you all enough, for being here for me. Sobriety has given me that. Unfortunately, sobriety sometimes takes away things too. What's going on, filming? Welcome to the line. Welcome to the live. It's good to see you. Filming the ultimate grave taker, the man of ministry here on the Prince Magnum channel. He's awesome. Let me tell you all that. You guys are the ones that I really don't think you guys realize how important you guys really are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Actually, a friend of mine got me this for my birthday a couple of years back. That friend and I ended up having a falling out, and I'd known her since high school. Um, she helped me through some crazy stuff way, way, way back in my early days of sobriety, and we had a falling out. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, so, um, how am I? Well, two things. Two things. First things first. Um, Today I had a miracle happen to me. I got up today and I found it not necessary to take a drink. And any day that happens is still truly a miracle. The other thing that I had happen to me was I have completed my 18th day in a row at work. I'm exhausted. I probably look it. I'm wore out. I'm wore down to the nub. I just got to get through tomorrow, and I've got the entire weekend off. I need this weekend. And it looks like next weekend I'll be off. And yep, one day left. I just got to get through that one day. And tomorrow, I got to pick up some parts for Project Lena. We might be live streaming doing an oil change to Project Lena. Ian, I'll keep you posted on that, okay? Um, so that's what's going on there. You guys are going to get a chance to see. We're going to try to do more with Project Lena. So if you ever wanted to get a kind of a close-up look of working on Project Lena, we're going to start doing that. We're going to start doing a little bit more with that old car. I'd say old. To me, she's still a fairly new car, but she is getting old. Project Lena is actually almost 3 more years. Project Lena will be classic car status here in Missouri. She'll be classic car status. Project Lena is actually coming up on, believe it or not, she's coming up on, right now, she's 17 years old. Again, that brings, that should give you an idea. That is awesome. A man of mystery, because you're always in the background. You don't say a whole lot, but when you do say something, it means a lot. I call you our man of mystery. Broken Mike, I understand mental health. I struggle with my PTSD. I struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder. It was actually Vietnam veterans that helped me learn to live with my PTSD and sobriety. I was about a year sober and started struggling with it big time. Actually, I was a little over a year sober, and I had to start trying to live with it. And it was all raw, no alcohol to numb it all. And I had to start trying to live with it. And it was hard. It was Vietnam veterans that taught me how to live with it. Sober man was like, "How did you?" He's like, "What did you do?" He said, "Because I didn't really know how to talk to you on that one." I said, "I got a hold of our Vietnam veterans in the program." I said, "There was a couple of guys that talked me through it." And he's like, "Really?" He said, "So when I did," he said, and sober man, you figure sober man would have been really upset and everything. Nope. This is the funny thing. In sobriety, it's about you saving your life. And what sober man actually did was he said, "You did exactly what you were supposed to do. When your sponsor isn't able to help you with the problem, you find somebody who can to lead you through that part of the minefield that we know as alcoholism." He said, "You did exactly what you were supposed to." I got mine. Coffee. Mm. Real quick, for those that missed the early part of the stream, sobriety has given me a lot. The new shifter for Project Spirit is in. This is the new automatic shifter that's going to be going into Project Spirit. She's going over to an automatic soon. She's going to be a 3-speed automatic with a shift improvement kit. All those goodies that I love so much in those old cars. And I don't think we'll be live streaming that BS, but we'll do a video on it. So by the end of this summer, Project Spirit is going to be a totally different car, but is she? That's actually a philosophical question that we're going to be trying to answer soon. And I got to get all this bullshit squared away so I can actually do that video. I've been meaning to do that video for probably about a year now. And Broken Mike, again, I've been supporting you guys kind of quietly while I've been trying to get through the past near 3 weeks of work. And that's been my way of, at the same time, I'm also practicing humility. Yep, T-shifter out of a 65 Mustang. That's actually out of a 1965 Mustang. It's going to be cool as hell. And we're going to take you all on that journey. This is going to be really exciting to be able to show you all how that all comes together. I love working on cars. Sobriety has given me so much, but it's also taken away some too. Real quick, while we're talking about things that it took away, last year, Alcoholics Anonymous and kind of a very personal friend of mine passed away last year. Someone who actually, when I got sober, there was about 10 of us that came into sobriety at about the same time. And isn't that awesome? Prince Magnum channel brings so many people together. That is amazing. But last year, with the Prince Magnum channel and Alcoholics Anonymous lost a dear friend. Let me tell you all about a friend of mine, Lori. She got sober around the time that I did, and if you all remember, the 10 people that got sober around the time that there was 10 of us that got sober at the same time and I was one of those 10, over 14 years ago. And when I came in, I was probably like number 6, I did miss you, did miss you. So evidently you got your crap straightened out. Ian, wouldn't have you any other way, you cuss. So, here I am, there's a bunch of us getting sober at the same time. And as we're getting sober, Lori is one of the people that got sober. She had a couple months more than me. I came in during that February. That is awesome, man. Well, Lori got sober with me. She didn't make it. She made 9 months and she relapsed. And she was in and out over the course. She ended up coming in and went back out twice. And the third time, a total of 3 times. And on that third time, I was the one that told her, Lori, you're going to kill yourself. You've already had a heart attack because of your drinking and doing other stuff. You need to stop. I'm not ready to bury one of my friends. She got sober and was doing well, was doing very well in sobriety. And, he literally isn't afraid to talk about crap. He's literally not afraid to talk crap, so she got, she finally got sober and she made, I want to say 6-7 years. She finally made 6-7 years before before she passed. And last year, Lori passed away. For those that do not know, Lori also, her and I briefly dated back in my early days of sobriety. It didn't work out, obviously. It didn't work out. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, now I'm going to have to tell some of those old nursing jokes. Now I'm going to have to tell some of my old nursing jokes that, that I came up with when I was still drinking. What do you tell a guy you're about to give an enema to? You tell them to bend over and crack a smile. Um, what the guy say whenever after he got an enema? I don't need this shit. He was definitely there to raise a stink about it afterwards, but afterwards he felt awfully moved. Anyhow, those are some of my old nursing jokes that I came up with whenever I was still when I was still drinking. Those are actually still funny though. I'm waiting for everyone to take that in. And the chat just went really quiet, so evidently everyone's really shocked at those old jokes, or they're laughing so hard they can't. That's funny. That's funny. That is awesome. You guys are awesome. And that's what another something that I remember when I first got sober. Um, I was probably about 3 months sober when Sober Man actually told me a sober joke, and I actually told this joke in an AA several times in AA meetings, um, which I've told the joke here. Um, sobriety has given me a good deal of humor back. Okay, real quick, I'll tell you these one of the this is an old sober joke that you're gonna love. This group of scientists, before I get into the joke, Alcoholics Anonymous describes three types of alcohol drinkers. Okay. And those three alcohol drinkers are number one, there's the social drinker. They may never be drunk. They can take their drink, they can take it or leave it when they're drinking. And you may never actually see them drunk. If they are drunk, maybe it's once or twice out of their lifetime. Okay. The second type that Alcoholics Anonymous talks about is the heavy drinker. Now, they'll drink like an alcoholic, but for whatever reason, yeah, there's a fly buzzing around in here. When I go outside and smoke, sometimes I forget to close the door to the balcony and bugs just make their way in. You know, just one of them things. Maybe I should close the frickin' door. Anyhow, so the second type is the heavy drinker. The heavy drinker, they drink like they're an alcoholic, but um, they don't have the actual problem. Something will come up in their life and they'll stop drinking. Yeah, it does sound. A cigarette does sound good, doesn't it? Cigarette does sound good, but yes, it does, Queen. It sounds just fine to me. I can have a cigarette if I want. I, I'm old enough to smoke. And she's still telling me no. Yes, I can. Nothing like a 40-year-old man sticking his tongue out at somebody like a kid. Oh my gosh. So where was I? So that's the heavy drinker. Something will happen in their life, and they'll stop drinking. Maybe they find the right girl or the right guy. It's a new. Uh, or maybe a doctor will tell them to quit drinking. Something will happen and they'll stop. But then there's the type of alcoholic like me, the true alcoholic. So you'll sometimes hear some of us say in an actual AA meeting, I'm a real alcoholic. You'll actually hear us say that. I'm a real alcoholic. See, your heavy drinker are the ones that oftentimes get referred to as the used to be alcoholics, even though there is no such thing. But my uncle or my dad used to be an alcoholic. No, that doesn't exist. But they're the heavy drinkers. Something happened and they quit or they moderated. But then there's the real alcoholic like me. We can't stop without help. Okay. And we might need serious help. So those are your three types of drinkers. So now that I've just explained that, let me go into the sober joke. This group of scientists get together and they go in to a bar. They want to find out what a real alcoholic looks like. What, honey? I'll wait to tell the joke. Chicken butt. God. Honor. She was making the, guess what? Chicken butt. That's what Princess Faye was doing. That's what that emoji stuff was. Supposed to be chicken butt. Okay. So let me tell the joke now that I've explained the 3 different types of alcoholics. The first, well, this group of scientists decides they're going to go into a bar. They want to discover what makes a real alcoholic. So they go in and they find 3 guys drinking beer. The guys get up to go to the bathroom, and while they're away, the scientists put a fly in each one of their beers. Okay? The 3 guys come back. The first guy looks into his beer, notices the fly, slides it across to the bartender, and orders a different beer. And the scientists go, that must be the social drinker. The second guy reaches in, picks out the fly, flicks it across the bar, and starts drinking his beer. This must be the heavy drinker. Well, the third guy, he gets irate. And he gets really upset. He reaches in, grabs hold of the fly by each one of its wings, and screams, "Spit that out, you son of a..." Can y'all guess which is the real alcoholic there? If you're really, well, actually, a lot of people get that joke, but then the real alcoholics lose it every time. And I've told that joke in meetings. Ew, flies in your beer. Yeah, obviously the third one. I have told that joke in meetings, and people have nearly fallen out of their chairs laughing so hard. They can't even breathe. Forget it. It isn't happening. I mean, I've nearly killed meetings doing that, telling that joke. And everyone's laughing so hard they can't stop. And so we had to sit there and wait till everyone was done laughing just so we could continue with the meeting. And that's just, sober man told me that joke. He got it from another guy years before. And you know, that's just one of those things, one of those things that sobriety has given me the ability to laugh about things that some people are like, "Oh my God, how can you laugh about that?" Because we made it. We're on the other side, and that's important. That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I wasn't a beer drinker. I always got sick on beer before I got drunk. I got to that point. Man, if I drank now, I'd probably, oh my God, if I ever had, I mean, obviously y'all would beat the brakes off of me. Ian would hop a plane, and he'd hop a biplane with tails flying, come across the pond and kick my ass. It'd probably look like something out of like Fortnite or or Apex, him jumping off of Tails' biplane and then come flying in. Prince Magnum, that's what you get for drinking again. Which that just goes to show how many people really do love appreciate my sobriety, how important my sobriety is to other people. Queen would probably have TFZ Gaming bring her down here, and they'd both take turns kicking my ass to the song Kung Fu Fighting. by Carl Douglas. You actually know who performed that song. See what I mean? How many other people be over here to beat the brakes off of me? I know Third Gen 83 would be over here. Yeah. I know a lot of people at work would. Yeah. I know a lot of people would. And see, that's just the thing. How many people out there would be over here to kick my ass if I started drinking again? And see, that tells me right there. Ian, I've watched how the Royal Marines. No, you wouldn't be able to put up with me. Yep. I recently rewatched what it was like for the Royal Marines, and I mean over here in the States, I mean the way they do the training and the way you guys do the training, it's intense in its own way, because the way they walk you through everything, they literally break down and I mean the training is like intense to where they break down and they reteach you basic life skills, because if you can't take care of yourself like dead on, like um like truly take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of a weapon in the field, stuff like that. Hi honey, be careful, it's a minefield.
It sure as fudge is. I must brave the minefield though because I require hugs.
Cuddles. What's going on, TFZ? I'm getting huggles.
I'm getting hungry.
Princess Faye got new glasses.
Do you like them? I think they make me look cute and nerdy. And I like nerdy.
Makes her look like a cute little librarian. Makes me want to take her over to the card catalog and...
My favorite thing about them is that I'm not allergic to them.
Makes me want to take her over to the card catalog and...
Shut up.
Oh, that sounds nice. Fire up the fire pit and...
Oh yeah, Queen was telling me about that. I want to do the fire pit. I want to have a bonfire.
You're going to trust me starting a fire?
Who said you would be starting it?
That's true. Trust you starting a fire?
Fuck you. I look so cute with my glasses. I love them.
You do look cute with them. I'm tired, honey. It's almost over. Tomorrow's the last day.
Do you need an adrenaline boost?
Don't you dare! I need to go get some coffee is what I need to do. Oh, I was actually telling him at work.
Oh, God, you were not kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Babe.
You got nothing there, huh?
You look cute with facial hair.
I know I don't. I don't.
I like it.
I don't.
You're gorgeous.
I look much better clean shaven.
You look older with facial hair, though.
I don't like looking older.
I like it.
I love you too. Oh my gosh. the things I get to enjoy in sobriety. I get to enjoy marriage. I get to do all the sweet stuff and do all the sweet things that husbands can do. And I've never been married until I got sober. Don't worry, it's just my vapor. Marriage is good, yeah. What? I didn't do it.
Nothing.
But a cigarette does sound good.
I agree. Oh God.
Careful, minefield.
Huh?
Minefield.
Uh-huh.
I gotta holler at that adopted brother of mine.
Oh, honey.
Bloody.
Don't really go out right now. The weather is my favorite.
Cloudy.
Stormy.
Oh yeah, we got storms moving in the area. Oh yeah, it's getting ready to storm. I'll have to go out and roll up the windows on Project Spirit.
I touched rust.
It's not rust.
Would you like
That's corrosion.
paw print?
No, you know I don't eat stuff like that. Not if I can avoid it. And I can avoid it right now. Gonna go have a smoky smoke. Ian, doesn't that sound good? But yeah, I actually watched some stuff on
They were sleeping.
oh man. I watched some stuff on the Royal Marines, and I will say again, you guys' training is intense. I really love how you guys do your training. Not a whole lot of screaming and yelling and crap like that. You guys are really awesome. I mean, and the ones that I watched in the documentary, really squared away, gentlemen. Just amazing. And I will say right now that the listening to you guys, listening to the oath that you guys take to to your country and everything.
Those clouds.
Regular cigarette.
Luna. Hi.
I'm smoking a regular cigarette, Pall Malls.
I require fire. Bless you echoed.
So you guys have some intense training. I thought that was really interesting, and some of the stuff that you guys are so dead set on, I thought was interesting. Some of just thought it was really neat.
Smoky smoke.
Oh yeah. I actually started smoking these when I first started really taking my downward spiral. I initially started smoking Swisher Sweet Little Cigars. Then I went over to smoking Marlboro. Then those got too expensive, and then I started smoking Basics. And then after that, I started smoking Pall Mall, and they used to have a brand over here called Always Save cigarettes. Those were really good if you got the right kind. I mean, they were nasty some of the time, but some of the time they weren't, depending on what kind you got. I found that the ultralights were bad. Then I got into where I started smoking the Pall Malls, and I enjoyed those. Every once in a while, they're hard to get. You can't get Pall Mall non-filters anymore. But every once in a while, I still like smoking Camel non-filters. The secret to smoking non-filters is you pack your cigarettes, and when you pull your cigarettes from the pack, the end that's been packed in, that's where you smoke from. Really, that is neat.
Every once in a while, I like to smoke clover cigarettes, but I hear they make your lungs like bleed inside. So
They do. You'll cough up.
I don't smoke those very often.
Clover cigarettes are nice every once in a while, but they make you cough up blood if you smoke them way too much. So they're nice every once in a while. I don't smoke those very often because
Look at the cats.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I see where you parked. You know, and you know how we're just chilling right now? Sobriety's giving me that too. I get to chill out with my friends on YouTube from around the world. How awesome is that? I mean, things that people take for granted. Some people, they'll go into a live stream, they'll have a bunch of people come in. Um, they kind of take that for granted after a while. I don't. Sobriety gave that to me. You know, in the daytime, when I first get up, a lot of times my morning prayer is, for to my higher power is just protect me from myself. That says it all.
And from me, because I'm fucking crazy.
You ain't crazy. You're a little off your rocker, but you ain't crazy. But then turn right around, um, throughout the day, I might poke into Discord or something like that and just see what all y'all are talking about. And, you know, um, and then, as you guys are talking, I'll I'll say a nice little prayer for you guys and that sort of thing. I'll say, hey, watch over them. And that's just something that, I'm grateful for that you guys do, you know. Someone out walking their dogs and taking their kids out for a walk, that sort of stuff, So that's just something, and then when we come live in the evening time here, it's a beautiful evening. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see the cloud cover. It might look a little dreary to you guys, but it's real pretty to us.
This is my favorite, is when it's all stormy. I don't really actually like blue skies.
Really?
I like the gray skies.
Well, you grew up with a lot of that, though.
True, very true.
So, I have an attitude of gratitude. You guys are really important to me. And you guys are starting to see more and more now as time goes on how important you guys are. That I'll even sneak into you guys' streams and just sit in the background and just listen to you guys, just knowing that I'm, part of part of you guys' group, that you guys accept me for who you are. You guys are who you are, and you accept me for who I am.
There you go.
Is what I'm trying to say. I can't talk.
You're all right.
I'm tired. You could tell. I could see I'm tired. Um, but you guys take me for who I am. None of you cared about what I did before. All you care about is is what I'm doing now, who I am today. And that's important to me,
Hey, Kayla.
No, Ian, you one of the toughest SOBs that I know. You and Mr. Raven Nuts.
Sorry.
Poor Gavin John. I heard you guys got a bit of a heat wave over there in the UK.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm never going to the UK. Sorry, I would die.
actually, their heat wave over there is like in the 80s.
Wait, what?
A heat wave to them is like in the 80s.
For us?
Yeah. When they hear about how hot it gets over here, I have to, real quick, here, right now. I know how hot it is over there for you guys right now. Here in Missouri, it is not uncommon for us to get.
It's currently 81 degrees right now.
Okay. Do a conversion and it'll tell you in Celsius.
I'm working on that.
27 degrees Celsius. I know what that actually is.
Yeah, it's 27.22222222222.
So currently, right now, what you guys are calling a heat wave, it is the same temperature right now in Missouri as it is for you guys in the UK.
Yeah, it's 27 degrees right now.
And we're out here just relaxing. It's beautiful weather to us.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And you guys are burning up?
That tells you how cool it stays over there in the UK because they're surrounded by water.
Okay, we can go to the UK.
Real quick, honey, if you'll remember when I was out here, It got what, up to 90?
It was hot. It was in the 90s.
Okay, it was in the 90s.
Our heat wave is in the hundreds for Fahrenheit.
Okay, take 100 degrees. Go for it, Mike G. You don't have to ask. Just do it, brother. If you'll put...
It's 37.778
is
in Celsius for 100 degrees.
Okay. Here in Missouri, when it gets really hot, it gets up around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. What is it again? 30?
It's 37.778.
So almost 38 degrees Celsius for us is hot. That should give you guys an idea how hot it gets in Missouri. And that's without the humidity. With the humidity, it gets hotter than that. It could get up around 30, about 39 degrees Celsius with the humidity. Yeah. So if you think about it, what you guys are calling a heat wave over there right now is not that hot to us. It legit, I would actually it'd be like, man, where's the hot, humid weather? Not a joke.
I like the colder weather.
So if you all were wondering about that, yeah, here in Missouri, it gets like super, super, super hot. It gets so hot and humid, it's ridiculous. So if that's any indication, it'll get upwards around 37 degrees Celsius in Missouri, and that's super hot to us. And you guys are surrounded by water and have a lot of cold currents that come through. So, yeah, but Missouri, hot and humid. Around my birthday in August, it'll get upwards around 37, 38 degrees Celsius, and it'll stay there for weeks on end. No rain, and at night it'll drop down to. Could you translate about 75 degrees for me?
75 F to C.
All right, Mike G. That's what's up. What is it?
23.8.
At night, it gets about 23, almost 24 degrees Celsius is what it'll drop down to around that time. So if that...
What time of year?
Around my birthday.
For your birthday?
Yeah. So if you were ever wondering about that, yeah. I mean, that should... If that gives you guys any indication what it's like. And again, I'll do my best to show you. But right across the street, still a lot of trees and stuff. Oh, Queen says that your glasses are cute, honey. So if you ever wondered about that, if that helps you guys any, I'm gonna have one more smoke. Then we'll go back into the office.
Me too. Except I won't be back in the office because it's a landmine.
Yeah, I got to clear out it'll be better once. This box, I got to clear out that one box that the dash pad was in. So, if that helps you all any, over there in the UK, how hot it gets here in Missouri. Oh, I know he appreciated it. Yeah, TFC Gaming, he's a cool guy. If y'all get a chance, in the Discord, TFC Gaming has put up a picture of his new project car. Beautiful looking Camaro. I love it.
Did you want to show my artwork? I already put it in there, but...
Real quick, Princess Faye also posted her artwork in the Discord. That's her new picture. Here you go, baby. Pretty cool, right? So, Trying to keep them from working. I've been saying it. I'm wondering what you're going to come up with for that car. You seen that? Yeah. Princess Bay's an amazing artist. Um, all the artwork on Project Spirit, that's her work. He's in the zone. He's in the zone. You know, he wants to work on it. I'm wondering if TFZ Gaming isn't going to be getting over into the DIY side soon for on YouTube. All right, Chairman. Appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate that. You go rest well, okay? Nerdy Nikki does some amazing work too. Uh, she's a good friend of the channel's. When we all rated her channel, what was it, last week? We rated her channel. She was telling me that she really appreciated that. And when we rated her boyfriend, the Isolationist Network, when we rated his channel, oh man, that made his day. That made his day. Real quick, last night, Kuko Games, he actually did a drag stream, and he looked amazing. I was like, dude, that is awesome. That is straight up awesome. So you guys missed that. It was pretty cool. We got to raid some more channels. What's going on, Roadhouse? Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being here. We're just chit-chatting, kind of a sober chit-chat. Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to live stream it. Just load some videos, straight up, load some videos. And, that is just, it takes forever here when we go to load a video. But I'll tell you all right now, I am so proud of the work that we've done on the channel to the cars. And again, sobriety has given me the ability to work on cars.
Hello, Roadhouse.
Clearwater, Florida. Wow. I have some family down that way. I have some family down in the Florida area. I think around Tampa, if I remember correctly. And good people down there. Really, really good people down in the Florida area. I've been wanting to come down and see what y'all got for the car scene down there.
Remember, you're supposed to be going less than 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You're 20 minutes away from 2 hours.
Yeah, we do need to start looking at winding down the stream. Well, get a camera, video, and then take it inside and take it off and put it on the computer and run it through a Windows Movie Maker and make a video. That's what I do. It's a free program. It works great too. I love that program, because it's free. Free is good. Free is good.
Get what you pay for.
Yep, get what you pay for. But it does do good work,
I spent $40 or $50 on a drawing program that can animate too.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I like it.
That's all that matters, baby. Can't wait till the PS5. I'll be honest with you. I need to get ready to place an order for a capture card. I'll place an order for a capture card, and I'm wanting to actually live stream Atari games, old Atari games. I love retro games. I don't think anybody's really doing Atari games. I love old Atari games. I know a lot of y'all, probably scratch your head, but I love the old Atari games, and I love the old NES games. And we have live streamed old NES games, and we've live streamed, oh my gosh, NES games, Super NES, Sega Genesis, 32X, and we have live streamed Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. It's been a lot of fun. Kind of funny, Nintendo was, I was a huge Nintendo fan back in the 80s. In the 90s, it was Sega Genesis. And here I am coming now full circle. I'm back into the Nintendo scene. Yeah, I love the Atari. The Atari games are still some of my all-time favorites. And again, sobriety has brought me to where I can enjoy these things again. Um, that's what's up, you know. That is what is up. And I get to take you all into some of the stuff that I enjoy, you know. The project cars, real quick, for those that don't know, our boy, Mr. Gamerin, BRFC, or Gamer Ian, however you want to pronounce it. Let me tell you all that Mr. Ian is right now leading the Project Lena fan club. And I'm hoping to do an oil change on Project Lena this weekend. We'll live stream that if I do. You guys got it. I mean, there's really not, I mean, you would think there'd be more to that car than what there is, but on the top side of the engine, yeah, there's a lot of BS there. But when you get down underneath it all, it's not that bad. All right. All right. I'll holler at you, Mike. Ian's an amazing guy. When we live streamed yesterday and I was telling the backstory on the channel and everything, I'll tell y'all straight up honest, I didn't see him in the chat and it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. And I'm missing Shawn. Actually, I do work on Lena. I do work on Lena. I can work on Lena. Lena's not that hard to work on. As a matter of fact, I'll have to link the video in Discord. But there's actually a video where I worked on her fuel injection, cleaned out the throttle body, and boy, that car ran so much better after I did that. I'll have to pull up some of those old matches that I think you'll enjoy. I think you'll really enjoy that. Yeah, Shawn's pretty well went over to Twitch right now. Which there is plans right now in the works where I will be a guest on somebody's Twitch stream Sunday. Come on, Galaxy.
Galaxy, come on.
So that is the plan. That we will be that I'll be a guest in somebody's Twitch stream, and they started a YouTube channel. That's Supreme Anime. He's he's going to have me as a guest in his channel, as kind of helping him get his start, because the Prince Magnum channel has kind of a nice little following, so we're kind of helping him get off the ground. Kind of my way of helping out, help him get his start, but that's what we do. That's what we do here on the channel. We try to help where we can. I'm scared of the dark. Somebody hold me. There we go. So that's kind of as it stands right now. That's Sunday. Tomorrow I'll be making my first public appearance, probably my last one for a little bit, because the pandemic is about to get serious down here. We're at 47 cases active, and we're getting ready. They're guesstimating that there's going to be about 100 cases active as of tomorrow morning. That will be in the hundreds. And it all has to do with the stupid protest down here. I think it's going to be around 2-3 o'clock My time. So it'll be a little bit earlier for you guys, and I'll get all the information. I got to talk to my bud. I got to talk to Supreme Anime. Like I said, he's pretty well going to be, you know, um, like I said, he's going to be going live Sunday, and I think it's going to be. I think he's wanting to do it on Twitch. I'll have to talk and get all the details and get all the links and everything because I know all of you want to be over there and see what's what. He's also got a brand new microphone he's wanting to break in, and he's been having fun with it. I'm like, that's awesome, man. That's straight up awesome. So once I get everything moved over to the new computer, Ian, you're getting your aircraft remover. The Almighty from Destiny 2 is going to explode in the next aircraft remover. You're getting it. You're getting the one you want. We talked about it, and I know a lot of you have been excited about that one. For all of you who enjoy video games, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And yesterday, I even told where I came up with the line where hot rodding and romance do a code. Oh man, Ian, you gotta have to watch playback because you'd be surprised how much the Prince Magnum channel has done. And when I made say that whole thing that the Prince Magnum channel is the house that Project Spirit built, you'll see what I mean when you hear the stories. 'Cause Project Spirit's done a lot. So yeah. Yeah, Broken Mike, we're aircraft remover on the Almighty from Destiny 2. You've had a beard for a while, brother. Um, and if all goes well, we do have for Sexy Saturday, it's going to be, we have a theme for Sexy Saturday if everything goes according to plan. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Be done up just like none other than Tim Curry from this movie. I thought it would be fun. I talked to Princess Space. She's like, yeah, most definitely you're going to have to, we'll have to do that one. So something very classic. Which, by the way, this anniversary DVD of the Rocky Horror Picture Show actually has the UK version on it too. I cannot stand myself. Right now, I hate the fact that I've got a little, I've got some whiskers action going on here. I hate it. I gotta lose that. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. It makes me look old. Turned into a caveman. It's gonna say, what would your old corporal say that put in boot camp if he seen you right now? I'm gonna say he'd probably get on to you. You think you're boonie stomping? Like I said, I've watched. I'm like, oh my god, they are strict on their codes of how you're supposed to represent the commandos. They are dead. They are serious. I mean, wow. Nothing but respect. Yep. Yeah, I actually, yeah. Yep. So yeah, Ian, I actually know. Like I said, I sat down and watched. How you doing, Charlie? It's good to see you, buddy. Um, you know, we're just having kind of a chill, this is what sobriety's giving me. And I was actually surprised. See, again, yeah, he'd probably tear you a new one. He'd tear you a new one. I was actually surprised that it was corporals that do you guys' training, and then you'll have a sergeant kind of over that corporal, just kind of guiding things. Oh, you're picky about that too? Yeah. I don't like I like to stay. Well, my days in the nursing field, we're not allowed to have tattoos. And if you do have a tattoo, it cannot be visible. You're not allowed to wear, men are not allowed to wear earrings. They can have long hair, but it has to be tied back. Uh-oh. I hate to hear that. You'll get it fixed, Charlie. You'll get it fixed. I got faith in you. But yeah. So right now I am actually not into nursing code because I'm not clean shaven. The guys are supposed to stay clean shaven. If they do have beards, it has to be neatly trimmed. But we're really not supposed to have beards. Mustaches have to be, you know. Oh, you got your first tattoo in Egypt? Okay. Well, I know military and tattoos is kind of a commonplace thing. You know, so yeah. And I seen the rifles that you guys carry in the Royal Marines, and I will say that if thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. You gave me my 11th like. Real quick, as I started to say, Ian, I've seen the rifles you guys use now. I'm sorry, I think I still prefer the you guys' old Lee Enfield short, you know, the short Lee Enfields, what's sometimes called the smelly. I really don't like that, but I think you guys' Lee Enfields are the coolest rifles. There you go. But you know, from you guys' British 303 that you guys used all, I think it was all the way up to the 1950s when you guys finally stopped using the Lee Enfield. But that was a really good rifle. And for those that don't know, British soldiers, it didn't matter, you know, they had to do what was called the Mad Minute. And this was an old bolt action Lee Enfield. And it was like so many rounds that you had to be able to fire off in a minute with that rifle and rapid fire, and you had to be accurate. And this was back during the World Wars, and British soldiers, whether it didn't, or even the grunts in the in their Marine commandos, had to be able to fire off so many rounds. I don't think you guys still do that, but you guys, that was actually a tradition that you guys had to be able to do that all the way up until like the 1950s. And it was just so impressive how you guys had to do that. With a bolt action Mauser, I could get off 30 rounds in a minute. So I might have stood a chance in you guys' military doing the Mad Minute because you guys' Enfields carry 10 rounds at a time. And it's so smooth was that action on those Enfields. See, I know my weapons history, military history with the British, and you guys were some tough fighters. Some of the toughest. You guys' time over in North Africa during the Second World War was no cakewalk. I know. I know that Bernard Montgomery and George Patton butted heads regularly. They butted heads regularly during the war. And I finally got my information on Operation Market Garden. That plan could have worked, but it didn't. There you go. I like that. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's what I mean right there. And see, because of my sobriety, I have the Prince Magnum channel. And because of the Prince Magnum channel, I can learn things like what Ian is talking about right there. I was gonna say that's a serious gut check right there. What he just said, that tells you that he's still, you know, even though he's out of the service, he did his time. The training is still there. And see, And because of the Prince Magnum channel, I get to see that. I get to see that. He's still in the suck. Okay. He's still right there. The training is still alive and well. And I can only thank my higher power that I have friends that can tell me what it's like over there. For those that don't know, because of my PTSD, I was actually supposed to be, I was actually going to be a hospital corpsman in the U.S. Navy, but they couldn't take me because of my PTSD. And I was actually going to cross-train as a combat medic. Ian, at the time I would have went in, there would have been a chance that... Okay, Mike G, you go rest well, okay, brother? Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. See what I mean? And for those that do not know, our dear friend Ian, Mr. Gamer and BRFC, is a veteran of Her Majesty's Royal Marines. Mr. Ravennuts, who isn't here tonight, is a veteran of Her Majesty's Royal Army. And we are proud to have them as members of the Maverick Nation. They are some of the finest. Did 7 a day? There you go. I'll be here tomorrow. We are going to be going live tomorrow, usual time, maybe a little bit earlier. We're going to be doing homemade ice cream, and we're going to turn that ice cream into what we call here in the United States an ice cream cake. Yep. You'll know when it's me. I'm still learning but I think I got an idea. Kind of similar to our, probably very similar to, our Crucible here in the States. But yes, I was actually watching a documentary on what the Royal Marines boot camp is like, what their basic training is like. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed. I was just blown away because here in the United States, what our military services do here in the United States, there's a lot of screaming and shouting at the recruits, and it's a lot of focus on learning how to live in chaos. To live, because there's going to be chaos on the battlefield, so it's that chaos of learning to live with that. So there's a lot of shouting and yelling and things like that. Ooh, I've been so good. I get a cookie. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, watching, but over there, their basic training is focused on teaching them how to live properly. That was an Oreo. We had to buy Oreo cookies. Again, here in the United States, we have this thing called ice cream cake. And tomorrow I'll be doing that. Basically making an ice cream cake. And well, there's an old saying, sometimes rules are meant to be broken. But I've been so good. I've been good. You guys, so I've seen, there's a lot of focus on how you guys keep your barracks or the Bay Area. There's a lot of focus on how you maintain yourselves. because if you can't maintain yourselves in you guys' in basic training, you're not going to be able to maintain yourself out in the field. And maintaining yourself in the field is like very important. And see, I know this, when you're, when you get into the survival stuff and things like that. Before I got sober, I was heavy into survival stuff. I still am, but just not to the level I used to be. And, just stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the way you guys, the training is intense, but a different type of intense. And the way you guys have to report to your commanding officers, I thought was really interesting. Just the way that you guys have to do that, I thought that was really neat. Just watching how you guys do basic training. I mean, just the basic level stuff that you guys do. Just amazing, But yeah. So again, that's just something that I thought was just really fat. And you guys are very, just the way you guys handle yourselves is just impressive, very impressive. So yeah, I've spent a little bit of time. It's like it's been a while since I've looked up stuff on the Royal services. So maybe I need to spend a little bit of time, and I'm glad that I did. I learned a lot about you guys again, stuff that I'd forgotten. You guys, the training is intense. And again, that is actually one of the things that sobriety has given me is the ability to explore and learn new things and to gain a respect from not only my friends, but just for other people in general. Kind of if you will, one of those things, here we are, we're just having a chill stream about the fact that I'm sober and I'm, and the benefits of sobriety. You guys have heard that tonight. We've talked about so many different things and I get to enjoy these different things and learn about that is so funny, and see what we're talking about right now is I'm enjoying conversation with you guys, and and the conversation that we're enjoying, the conversations that we're enjoying, the jokes that we're telling is through the process of me being sober. Again, this is like super important to me that I get to do these sort of things with you guys. That if I wasn't sober today, obviously I wouldn't be here, but if I got lucky enough to survive this long, drinking the way that I did back then, I wouldn't care about any of this stuff. And I guarantee there wouldn't be a Prince Magnum channel, or anything like that. I mean, that's the straight up honesty. What I get to enjoy today and the friends that I've made and seeing so many of you here and just all these things like that. That is one of the perks of my sobriety. I get to enjoy, you guys are truly awesome. You guys help me stay sober. I haven't been able to get to a meeting in a while, but you guys are helping me stay sober, and I need to give Sober Man a holler and let him know I'm doing good and let him know that, real quick, when I go to give Sober Man a holler, give him a call. I know y'all want me to tell him y'all said hi, right? You want me to tell Sober Man that y'all said hi? One of these days, we're going to have to get him in this stream. That would be so awesome to have a stream with Sober Man. What you doing, baby?
Nothing. I just ate waffles with 6-year-old maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
I'm not kidding either. That maple syrup supposedly went bad in 2014. When I opened it yesterday, it still had the seal on it.
Oh my gosh.
It tastes fine. I haven't died yet, so.
Fuck it. Mm-mm. So yeah.
Would you like a sip of milk since you had an Oreo cookie?
No, I got coffee.
Fine, loser. I mean, that's okay.
I intended to shut down a little bit sooner than this. I do need to go rest. I got one more day. One more day.
You say that, but you know damn well they're gonna call you.
I swear to God, if they call me Saturday, I'm going to beat somebody's ass. I told him, I said, well, I already told, well, I am on call. I am on call, but I told him, I said, please don't ask me to come in. Please don't do that to me. And they're like, we won't. But I am still on call if there's a problem. Yeah, I got told today, yeah, so I need to go chill out, rest. I'm exhausted. 18 days completed straight in a row at work today. I am truly exhausted, but I pulled it off so far. I just got to get through tomorrow. Tomorrow, we will not, I won't live stream it, but I got to stop off and pick up parts for Project Lena. And I might video some of that since, you know, I had to change everything over to the new computer. My old computer busted. One of those freak accidents. But that this computer's lasted 10 years, and I can't ask for much more than that. So, you know, it's, you know, you guys are awesome. So expect tomorrow, I'm going to bring you guys kind of an American treat. Basically, it's called ice cream cake. And I know, Ian, it's not exactly the cake you're looking for, but you're still going to enjoy it because it's going to require a lot of work. And I'm probably going to have to go live earlier than usual tomorrow. Appreciate that, Broken Mike. Appreciate you guys. So we are definitely going to do that. It's going to be a longer stream than usual. You guys can bounce in as much as you want, hang out as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You guys are important to me. So this is going to be kind of a frozen treat tomorrow. Been working on the kitchen off and on throughout the week. Getting ready for tomorrow's live stream. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. But we're going to do ice cream cake. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Saturday morning. See what I mean? See what I mean? That is the community that the Prince Magnum channel is a part of, where we all support each other and keep each other going. You guys have helped me through this long stretch. I don't know if you guys realize how important you guys truly are. But that does bring us to a good point where we need to shut it down for the night. Yeah, Ian's so fun. So much fun. But that does bring us to a good point where I do need to close it down for the night. Thank you all for being here with me. Thank you. You guys helped me through this long stretch. Couldn't have done it without Princess Faye, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. Yeah, he does. He always puts a smile on my face. And you guys are important to me. You guys help me stay sober. You guys are continuing to help me save my life. And that I am forever grateful for. That brings us to a point. Yeah, I'm going to go off, grab a bite to eat, relax.
Watch a movie.
Watch a movie. Play a video game, something. Aggravate Princess Faye.
End up dying before tomorrow.
Probably. And I will see you all tomorrow. And we're going to go live and we're going to make ice cream cake. It's going to be fun. So that brings me to the point where I get to say, and this is sober talk, so I say it a little bit different. At day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And for all of you, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening in your life, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.